Hello, it is World Wide Web, Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Steve Sipress here. And first of all, of course, we remember all of the people who lost their lives on that terrible day 23 years ago today, a day that I wear my New York City souvenir Twin Towers t-shirt to remember all the people, especially the first responders who lost their lives pretty much by choice, by courageously running into the trouble where everyone else was doing anything they could to run away from it. So our thoughts go out to the thousands of people that lost their lives on September 11th, 23 years ago today. So World Wide Web Wednesday yesterday, Elon Musk was interviewed on the All In podcast. I think it was at the All In conference. And they asked him about, in part of the interview, about the future of AI. And does he see it as good or bad? And he is clearly a fan of the Pareto principle. He said there's an 80% chance that the world is fantastically awesome thanks to AI, that the cost of goods and services will basically go to zero when AI can pretty much, and robots will pretty much do everything. Your landscaping, your babysitting, your cooking, your cleaning, your everything. And he said, therefore, and 20%, by the way, is a complete annihilation of humanity. And then the interviewer said, "Well, do you see that? Is that the big something like? Is that the biggest problem you see?" And he said, "No, the biggest problem, since 80% is AI doing everything better than humans can do it, is what are humans going to do with all that time? There's going to be a crisis of a lack of meaningful life." Boredom, lack of meaning without working to do stuff, which gives a lot of people meaning. But then he said, but there's a lot of people that are happy when they're retired and they pretty much have all leisure time. I play in a few senior softball leagues here, depending on the different time of year. And I'm one of the only ones who, after the game, they're like, "Hey, let's go for a beer, let's have breakfast, let's hang out." And I'm like, "Going to work." They're like, "Oh, you still have to work." I'm like, "No, I want to work. I don't have to do anything. I choose to work, and I can't imagine a time when I wouldn't." But as Elon Musk puts it, some people do not. A lot of people do not enjoy retirement. I know a lot of people, friends and family members, who, they try the retirement thing and then they say, "I got bored as heck from playing golf every day or sitting around the house." My wife was like, "Get out of the house, go do something." They do volunteer work or they start a business or they take on some work or whatever. Well, Elon Musk predicts in the future that's the biggest problem with AI is what are people going to do with all the time when AI can do the menial tasks. Right now it can do menial tasks. In the future it'll be able to do everything, Elon Musk says, pretty much. But right now, are you experiencing this? I mean, is it worth a phone call to find out if what you're doing in your business, the repetitive tasks that you are doing yourself, God forbid, or you're paying other people to do, either one is possibly not necessary right now, maybe in the future, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it. It's very possible that very quickly and easily menial tasks can be replaced by chaining together a bunch of AI tools that are out there. There's thousands of AI tools, about 15,000 or so, and more all the time. So you can go to my website, aigrowthwizards.com. I have partnered up with a $10 million a year company that does AI automations to replace repetitive tasks for business owners and get them done better, faster, and cheaper, so you can elevate yourself and your staff to doing higher level stuff. Or I guess you could just be bored and wonder what to do with yourself. But if there's anything in your business that you or your staff just hate doing, and therefore maybe it doesn't get done on time, or there's mistakes, or you hate doing it, you may want to explore. You may not, but you may want to explore how AI, every day that you're doing those tasks, if AI can do it better, faster, and cheaper. It's a strange choice if you ask me, but it's up to you. You can go to my website, aigrowthwizards.com, and you can check out how you could possibly replace at least 10%, 20%, 50%, if not everything, of a menial task that you're doing, depending again on how you're doing it, what technology right now you're using to do it, or what staff. But That's why every case is individual. There's no one size fits all. And right now, at least, there's no magic tool, one tool that will do pretty much any entire process. But by putting together a bunch of AI tools, one that'll read your emails, and another one that'll extract this out of it, and another one that'll put it into this, another one that'll pull out the data, another one that'll analyze it, another one that'll write up a proposal from it, another one that'll put it back into the email and send that proposal, and the human has to come in to look things over and okay things before you press send and all that. So that kind of thing, automating repetitive tasks that you or your staff, you just rather have them doing something better. Go to AIgrowthWizards.com. And hopefully the 20% that Elon Musk predicts, the total human annihilation, a la the Terminator movies or whatever, that just doesn't come to pass. But if it does, what are we going to do? I'm not going to be around to complain about it, right? So I'm going to enjoy what AI can do while I'm here, and I won't be concerned with what it'll do to me possibly in the future. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. That'll do it for World Wide Web Wednesday. Phil Brakefield is here. Great seeing you, Phil. And I was thinking a lot about you last night when I was watching this, not just watching the circus crap show of the debate, but the after, flipping through the channels of all the different pundits, all claiming that their favorite candidate did fantastic and perfect and awesome. And I was like, I had to think of Phil, because I know you're all discombobulated and into this all politics stuff, and it occupies a lot of space in your mind. You must be going crazy over how ridiculous things are. But it'll all be over, at least for this election cycle, in a couple of months. And then for some reason here in the U.S., we start right up again with, the next elections are coming up, because the media loves it and social media loves it. And they get tons of eyeballs because people get obsessed with this kind of nonsense. Anyway, that'll do it. For World Wide Web Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Thanks for being here today. I'll catch you back here again tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Until then, over and out. Bye-bye.